What are we looking at here, Rod?
We're looking at Dracula WPC machine. All the machines of this vintage pretty much the same. One of the more common things I come across is the headbox will be up, but there's no bolts installed. Now,
No bolts.
I always keep the bolts on the magnet because I know that they're going to be there when I want to get them.
Gotcha.
They go in here, one goes in there, like that, and tightens up.
Locks it in.
And one goes over here.
It does the same thing.
Does the same thing. It's important to have them in because the only thing holding it is the clip at the back. And if you read, I can almost remember it, it says when back box is in upright position, back box bolts are to be installed at all times. Failure to do this may result in personal injury or damage to the cabinet.
Wow.
What I've seen happen is if the head falls, it usually breaks this glass and that glass and it damages the side rails. So already you're up for about $400.
Okay, from 2 bolts.
From 2 bolts. And these are,
Wow.
if you don't have them, these are the original ones, the wing nut bolts. The thread is the same as the leg bolt.
Okay,
So if you've got a spare leg bolt kicking around,
that'll do the job
put
too.
that in there, or it's a 5/8 thread. Get in the hardware store and say I want a couple of bolts about that long and screw them in there.
Right.
It's definitely worth doing. I did a service call for an operator probably 5 or 6 years ago where it was on location. It was a Circus Voltaire and there were kids playing it and there's a girl standing here, the yay height, and it came down here in the back of the head.
Wow.
So
She's now a multi-millionaire.
probably. Well, the father was having a go at me, but I said, look, it's not my machine, I'm just a technician.
Yeah, wow.
But definitely, and we'll show the other ones how they fix in, but yeah.
Let's take a look at the sterns then. Cool.
Okay, so this is the back of a Stern machine. Data S machines were the same. Jersey Jack machines are the same. You need to get your Allen key that comes with the game, and you need to put it in here. And this is already latched, so that's unlatched, and it will move. And this is latched. If you don't have this latched, there is no earth to the circuit boards. So not only is it a safety problem with the head being able to fall, you also have no ground to the circuit boards. So that can result in wacky problems.
Death, injury.
Well, I mean, the circuit boards can play up because they don't have any ground. So once again, you've got the same warnings written here on the back about in all different languages. It's definitely something you have to do. I'm trying to remember, I think this is a 532? I can't remember. It's a 532 or something like that, Allen key. But you definitely need one, latch it, and then check it. It's locked.
Cool. Let's have a look at a modern stern.
Okay, so now we're at the back of a late model Stern machine. This is a Jurassic Park. The difference with the hardware bolts is that they're on the outside, so we don't have the turning Allen key, and we don't have the internal bolts, we have the external bolts. But once again, you see all the warnings here, install the bolts, make sure that they're in, all your general warnings. Once again, these are the same size as the leg bolts. They're a little bit shorter, but really need to make sure that they're installed.
And is finger tight enough?
Finger tight is enough because it's not load bearing, so what happens is the thread is in this top part
And hold it in.
lowers down, and what it's doing is it's just acting like a locking pin,
Yeah.
so that it
Gotcha.
can't come out. So finger tight is fine, but that's a thing. I think I worked on a new machine not long ago, and the head's just sitting there. I went to move it for him, and I went, oh, the head's not attached.
On a new model stern.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you're picking it up yourself and you're setting it up, it might be something that you overlook, but it's really important. It's probably never going to be you that's playing it when the head comes down. It'll be a friend of a friend or somebody that you've never seen before, and you don't know that they play really roughly, and the head will come crashing down, and you'll be sorry.
And they're going to do a runner, and you're left with the damage.
That's right. And as I said before, back glass, playfield glass, side rails usually go.
Everything goes. Well, right, clearly this is something you're passionate about. I'm glad we could do a little snippet on this.
Yeah.
Hopefully it helped. Hopefully it saved someone's pin out there, yeah?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thanks for your time.